Howdy, y'all. How we doing? Just diving into another round of some battles with the updated Mono Fire team. I think we got some pretty fun modifications here that we got going on. Seeing if we can't keep it going. I was really pleased with how that first video came together. The battles we were able to showcase. So, see if we can't get some more. No sense in messing around here. Really surprised with how that armor is performed, if I'm being honest with you, but absolutely here for it. Alright, you guys ready to lock in? Let's do it. We are looking at Talonflame, King Gambit, Frostlass, Basculegion, Rotom Wash, and Garchomp. Wonder if it's a Scovillain or Charizard game. I think it's Scovillain. If we can, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. They're likely to bring both Basculegion and Rotom. We do have they got Tailwind. Can we punish their Tailwind? So I would anticipate they lead Talonflame. What's our answer to Talonflame? I guess Rotom. Rotom feels like a safe-ish lead. Obviously, we don't want to see Basque or Rotom of their own, but nothing doing there. Do not have a fire type switch in anymore, or a flying type switch in anymore. I'm gonna do this, I think. That way we sort of still get the fast spread damage of Charizard in the form of Typhlosion, if that's relevant, if we don't just get blown up by King Gambit. Yeah, King Gambit and Basculegion. Not that I should be surprised seeing those two on a team. They're two of the best in the game. Okay. Unsurprising. I think this is our best lead as a result. I think actually we want to, oops, not Thunderbolt our own Talonflame, Thunderbolt their Talonflame. Just set up, oh, you know what, no, actually we can, how about, no, that's asking for trouble because, well, I mean, if we flinch, we flinch, right? If we don't flinch, it is much more advantageous to us. Huh. Okay. Mega Garchomp alert. The reason I'm making this play is because I would love to stagger Tailwinds, but if I double protect, they'll still have their Gale Wings intact and can flying type move Rock Slide, KO me next turn, so we just have to not flinch here. And out of way, Rotom. I don't think this KOs, but I was wrong. Phenomenal. That's outstanding because now we should be able to stagger our Tailwind. And then Rotom of their own. Okay, I mean, this is pretty good. So, is it a protect angle here? So, figure that Garchomp wants to Rock Slide. And Rotom's going to Hydro Pump into Rotom. Rotom on Rotom Violence. I'm slow, Rotom. You know what? Let's take the turn. Does he have a very large Rotom? Am I crazy? That is a massive Rotom Wash there. So we stagger the Tailwind, which is great because it's probably going to cost us our Talonflame, and that's fine. Talonflame's primary job is to get that Tailwind set up, so we will make that happen. And now, oh wow. So we could have had an attack with our Rotom there, but it's okay. I think we gotta go Scoville in here. And what we will do is see about Thunderbolting, and I think Giga Draining. I think I live a combination Rock Slide Hydro Pump. I'm not certain. I also have no idea what Mega Scovillain's speed is like. So there's the Dragon Claw. We take that. They get burned, which is excellent. I would like to be faster than this Rotom. Well, oh, okay, you know what? That's fine. Even if they did hit that attack. Okay, Scovillain is slow, my goodness. However, this is going to work out exceptionally in our favor because now the Garchomp is burned, and we have healed off a lot of that damage from the Dragon Claw, which is now halved in power. It's obviously a bummer that they missed the Hydro Pump, but frankly, seeing that they targeted the Rotom of our own, I was perfectly okay if they hit that. So now what we get to do, have we consumed, we ate our citrus, we haven't eaten our citrus berries, so we have 2 more turns. So what we can do here is double protect to burn their last turn of Tailwind, and on top of that, we've still got Typhlosion in the back, so that's a big deal. I really like our position here. He's Liquidation, so he's not Scarfed. That's okay, because the Garchomp is burned, I'm not too threatened by leaving it up. Obviously, Rock Slide flinches are Rock Slide flinches, and not a dang thing we can do about that. But we have 1 turn of Staggered Tailwind that we set up from turn 1 for exactly this position. Garchomp protects. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see a double protect. That is, yeah. So, did it really serve us all that much? Not really, but we're technically advancing because the Garchomp is taking Burn Chip. Yeah, I mean, really right now, well, the priority is to get an attack in on that Basculegion. I think it's just a Rage Powder. Well, yeah, it's a Rage Powder angle, because as juicy as it would be to get that Giga Drain off on the Basculegion, we've got Thunderbolt, we've got Shadow Ball. Burning it is the most critical. And this will serve in doing just that, because I do not believe Garchomp can KO us. Rotom takes that. Citrus Berry procs. Fantastic. Last Respects likely takes the KO, but we burn the Basculegion, which is mostly just in the interest of breaking a potential Focus Sash. Although, actually, I don't think this Thunderbolt, I don't have much investment at all, so this Thunderbolt won't even bring it down to Sash, I doubt. Yeah. However, we know it's not Scarf because it protected. Garchomp is burned, so here comes our boy. Hisuian Typhlosion. They do likely have Aqua Jet. So it's funny, we haven't won yet. We do have to be intelligent about how we play this late game because Rotom can't really touch. Rotom can't really touch the Garchomp. I think I'm gonna Eruption. This could be a throw. I might needed to have Shadow Balled there. Yeah, because the Aqua Jet was. I mean, this will still do damage. Yeesh. Actually, yeah, no. Shadow Ball was absolutely the play. I might have thrown. I absolutely threw. Unless Rotom crits here. I mean, this is the most damage we have left in the tank, so. Can we protect all the way down? Boy, it's going to be close, actually. Another overheat plus... Yeah, if I had Shadow Balled, I won. I was just nervous about that Basket Legion protecting. This will do, like, 2 damage. Actually, that did a lot. That would explain it. That may have got us back. Typhlosion dodges. Rotom hangs on. Wait for it. No way. Did we get it done? Well, it was not the cleanest end game in the world. I won't admit, or I will admit that. However, we got it done. So, GG's to my opponent. Well played game. Mega Garchomp. I dig it. I don't know really what it did. But, you know, fair enough. GG's all around, and yeah, we'll go on to the next. That was really solid. I absolutely threw by not going for Shadow Ball there, but... Little crit eruption there at 30% or whatever I was at. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Early morning. Alright, gang, ready to lock in? Hang on, I got a little dog who wants up on my lap. Yeah, you can jump up. Come on, good boy. Gotta be quiet, though. Alright. Here we see Sneasler, Gardevoir, Aerodactyl, Sinistcha, Kingambit, and Basculegion. Let's see what we're looking at here. I do like... I'm so used to my Rotom Wash. I love leading it into Basculegion, Sneasler, Aerodactyl, all that good stuff. Rotom Heat doesn't quite have the same defensive profile, i.e. Rock Slide is a pain, but we could try to get him with Wide Guard. Does Psychic have any other value? Kind of. What Mega are we bringing? I think it has to be Charizard because of the Kingambit pressure. Which means our last mon is... I think I want to try Scovillain maybe instead. Let's give this a shot. I'm not certain this is correct. Leaving 2 of our heaviest hitters in the back, but it's all good. See what we can't do. Alright, they lead Sneasler, Aerodactyl, not a surprise. Talonflame, Scovillain, which, I mean, if I can burn both of these guys, I'm fine with that. Again, I think we're going to go double protect. I am moody, right? So then, why not? Why not? As I am looking ahead, I believe next turn involves both of my Pokemon getting knocked out, so that's a little suboptimal. However, it involves burning both of their guys, so maybe it's okay. We'll find out here. Get the Protect off. Moody boosts. Scam potential, always live. So there's their Tailwind. Sneasler's just ripping a Dire Claw, presumably. Yeah. Yeah. Give me a defense boost. Special attack. Huh. Speed drop. Irrelevant. So, we can't not Tailwind. And Rage Powder's kind of worthless, so... Let's see if we get a Giga Drain off. Oh! I mean, I guess that makes sense. Boy, I could have... Because my priority flying move was always live there. But this is actually going to work out, I think, splendidly. Because we stagger our Tailwind. They rock slide. Talonflame goes down, and Scovillain, because they're the goat, are not going to flinch. We're going to get a +2 Giga Drain off. Burn the arrow. And phenomenal. Back to full health. Alright. Arrow dealt with. You know what? All things considered, not too shabby. Because now we've got the ability to use Scovillain to burn both the Basculegion and Sneasler, which is quite nice. So it's got to be Rotom, right? Armarouge Bring was a throw. Not necessarily. Because we always have the Psychic pressure on Sneasler. You know what? Let's try it. Let's bring in the Armarouge, because I anticipate they'll bring Sneasler back. And we're absolutely double protecting here. No reason not to. I mean, obviously they might not fake out, but we're stalling their Tailwind, getting closer to our staggered turn of Tailwind. And then I don't know what our late game's going to look like. I mean, obviously we want to try to fire a Psychic into the Sneasler. We can burn the Basculegion, so Bask protects, that's fine. Maybe trying to match our protect. But it feels risky on their part to protect Bask there. Obviously, I'm very incentivized to try to fire a Giga Drain into that slot, so not too much of a surprise. But I think we're going to go ahead and forego our boy. No, because we sincerely need that Sneasler gone. I think I'm willing to sacrifice Scovillain to make that happen. Not 100%, but we'll see here. Get the Rage Powder off. We like that. And then the Dire Claw comes in. Does not get the KO. I don't know if I'm necessarily EV'd to live that, but we will 100% take it, because that now means we get to burn them both. So Scovillain goes down, but we trade it for a burn on both their physical attackers, and also allowing Armarouge to survive the turn to return the KO on Sneasler. So technically we are ahead insofar that one of their Pokemon is burned, and we have our turn of Tailwind. We did see Protect on the Bask, so anticipate a Protect coming. Here comes Gardevoir. Alright. Alright. Yeah. We're going to have a hard time breaking that Gardevoir, because all we have is Psychic and Overheat. Do we Psychic? Do we ever Psychic here? Double the Bask? I mean, again, yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see a Protect here, but it's probably a double Protect, so yeah. So, kind of irrelevant all around. Again, we technically advance. Burn Chip. I still think we need to double the Bask. Because that's the only threat really right now. I mean, Gardevoir obviously can have Psychic, but priority number one needs to be this Basculegion regardless. So let's just see. It's gonna be a tight finish regardless. So they're gonna go Mega. And then we shall see a Hyper Voice, which shouldn't really do much. We are gonna have to take a last respects. He's burned though? Okay. So we get the Thunderbolt off here. So Bask is down. We might be able to get... In fact, we definitely can get Steal a turn here with Wide Guard, because I guarantee you they're not going to see this coming. I'm going to fire the Will-O-Wisp to start getting some residual. It probably makes sense to Thunderbolt the Gardevoir, but I don't even think Thunderbolt's a 4-hit KO, so let's see here. So there's the Hyper Voice. We block it. And then we miss the Wisp. That's why we had the Thunderbolt. I mean, So I expect Psychic onto the Rotom. So let's fire off a Psychic there. Yeah, I should have just Thunderbolted. I mean, Psychic's going to do 0.0 damage. I'm not even certain I survive this. I do. That's a big deal. I would love to have some Will-O-Wisp chip here. Let's see how much this does. Yeah, it was probably correct. And imagine they have like 12 less. We get 46. We can keep stealing turns here. I mean, we're going to fight tooth and nail here down to the end. So we get the ally switch off, which means Armarouge is going down. There is no way. Alright, fair play to him. I don't know if they were reading the ally switch or... I mean, my Protect on Rotom there was relatively obvious, so I guess I should have considered that, but yeah. Well, I did not come in with a great plan for that Gardevoir, so not too surprised. GG's to my opponents. Alright folks, you're going to get just a quick cut here. I will be back momentarily. Seamless transition. How about that? Alright. Try to get another win here. Not my best played games to start the day here, but is what it is. It's early. Coffee hasn't kicked in yet. Apologies, I've got a small dog that I am dog sitting right now. Doesn't get along very well with my dog, so trying to get them to behave. Hang on, I gotta kick him out. Hey. Alright, my opponent showing Incineroar, Charizard, Garchomp, Basculegion, Sneasler, and Venusaur. Now, Sun teams should theoretically be okay for us, to the point where I don't think I'm bringing Charizard. Kind of want to go Typhlosion, although I wouldn't be surprised to see a Basculete on their part. We gotta go here. We go Scovillain. Scovillain, Talonflame, Rotom, Typhlosion. I think this is going to be our best. We try to capitalize on their Sun that they set for us. Unless they're randomly dual Mega with and pivot to a thick fat Venusaur angle, which frankly I think I ran a team like that way back in whatever year it was that had dual Mega Charizard Venusaur. You just go Chlorophyll regular Venusaur, or if you're up against Rain or something, you just pivot and bring thick fat Venusaur. Thick fat Mega Venusaur was cool. Alright, well, kind of a fine lead for us if we're being honest. I think we double protect to burn their Fake Out. The Intimidate's kind of a bummer, because actually Brave Bird otherwise from Talonflame would do kind of big damage to the Charizard. It'll still do decent damage, but probably only around 50% or so would be my guess. Thanks to Sharp Beak. Scovillain likely looking to pivot out here, as everything in the back at least resists fire. They're the only one that doesn't. They're also just ripping Air Slash. Okay. Get the special attack raise, but a special defense drop. Yeah, we gotta pivot. I think this is a Rotom angle. Talonflame survives the turn. Do we just try to lay down some damage? Put this in Thunderbolt range. I like it. Because fortunately, with this upcoming board state, that Charizard's going to be in kind of a tough spot. So here comes Rotom. I go Protect. Fair enough. That's fine. Parting Shot maybe from this Incineroar coming in? Just Throat Chop. Okay. It does some damage. Actually, I don't actually know. Incineroar damage rolls anymore are not something we're keeping up on. So we're obviously inclined to Thunderbolt that Charizard. They have an immunity and a resist to switch in. Garchomp's probably... I mean, do we just want to read the Garchomp coming in? Because what is this Incineroar doing? Or what is this Charizard doing, right? Do we get our Tailwind up here? I still think we can afford to... Let's get down some damage on this Incineroar. Yep, show me Garchomp. Yeah! It just made too much sense, right? Decent damage. Outaway Rotom. Alright, Garchomp burned big. There's another Throat Chop, presumably. Should put us into Citrus range. I think I want to just double protect here. If for no other reason, just to kind of see what they want to do. I mean, Garchomp wants to Rock Slide, obviously. And then Incineroar might just keep Throat Chopping away. I'm doing this mostly because our plan's to ignore the Garchomp for a while, so any damage that can stack up on it is pretty good. They might be Scarfed, which would be a bummer, but Tailwind's not critical to us winning this game. Obviously would like to, but we do what we can. So was it a mistake to Brave Bird? Probably. But also just, you know, we need to advance damage on this Incineroar somehow. Okay, we get the Tailwind up. So he's not Scarf Garchomp, or he's slow Scarf. No. He's not Scarfed. No Citrus, please. Okay, well, we can't burn him, so that's the next best thing. There's the citrus. That's fine. Fine from a perspective of, like, what are we going to do? Wow, Talonflame survives. That's actually massive. Hang on a second here. There's the parting shot. Okay. Interesting. So in comes who? Probably not Charizard, because the sun's about to go away. This person have Basculegion? Because if so, I would probably expect to see that here. But they are also taking their sweet time. But King Gambit? I don't remember what this person had on their team, obviously. Bask, yeah, I was about to say. If you have Bask, it comes in here. So... interesting. I think I just want to try to lay some damage down on it. Actually, you know what? I think it's another... is it a double protect angle? We're stalling out our own Tailwind at that point. So probably not. Get either a -1 Thunderbolt or -1 Brave Bird into that slot. I mean, this one won't do a ton of damage. Shout out Sharpbeak. He's scarfed. That's where the scarf is. Okay. 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 So we're gonna have to contend with that thing. Wait, how slow is my Rotom? Because if that thing outsped me, we can't be slower than Choice Scarf Bask under Tailwind. 106, 212, so it's max speed, right? Because 143 hits 216, I think? Something like that. Oops. We do have... Did I just see that I'm mild, not modest? Not that it particularly matters in this instance, but... Huh. Whoops. Okay, so we know... Charizard... I'm just gonna Leech Seed here, and... Focus Blast ain't it. And Shadow Ball here. Scovillain might... No, we can't. Because that Charizard's at 100%. Yeah, we're in trouble. But... Leech Seed here. Get a Shadow Ball off. That'll do a good chunk. And we get the Leech Seed off. Let's see a para one time, why not? Rock Slide, miss. On-Typhlosion, that's big. God, being mild here is actually gonna kind of dome us pretty hard. It's Throat Chop. Yeah, we lose to it, yeah. Not that non-mild survives that, but we should definitely go modest. Can Scovillain complete the 1v4? I'm going to go ahead and say unlikely. I'm going to Leech Seed that slot again. Because my Protect is exceptionally obvious. No. Okay. Well, not that I'm exerting that much offensive pressure as is, but... yeah, Parting Shot. I really didn't have much for that. Bummer, dude. That's okay. Right idea, but... Alright, I'm just gonna get out of here. Kinda got clobbered there, but that's okay. What would we have done differently? Well, I mean, that Rotom needs to be faster than Bask outside of Tailwind, so that needs to change because I was operating under the assumption that it was. So, yeah, so 215 divided by 2, so we gotta be 108 on Rotom. That battle goes much differently if we... I mean, I guess it would have been a -1 Thunderbolt, but like... Okay, so let's go ahead. We can take it out of here. Whoops. Boy, you guys are getting all kinds of the peek behind the curtain today. There we go. Whatever. There we go. Perfect. Oh, and... There we go. Oh. Okay, perfect. Alrighty, let's go ahead and dive back in. I'm plugging my controller too while I'm thinking about it. There we go. Hard Trick Room. I could do a better intro than that. Looking to be semi-hard Trick Room here for my opponent with Farigiraf. What is that guy? Torkoal, King Gambit, Dragonite, Sneasler, and Hatterene. My goodness. Alright, I actually really like Typhlosion as a lead here. Let's go big spread damage. Let's go Scovillain, actually. Typhlosion, Scovillain. I think that's actually a really solid lead. How do we beat Dragonite? I think... I mean, it's the same few we've been going with, but I think it's what we have to do. I mean, once the Farigiraf is down, then we'll be able to get a priority Brave Bird off, even under Trick Room, so that's worth considering. Farigiraf, Sneasler. Okay, I anticipated something along these lines, which means we're going to get a full power Eruption off. And there's not a whole lot they can do to stop me. I'm going to Rage Powder in case he tries to Dire Claw Typhlosion to reduce the Eruption. I mean, Eruption won't KO Farigiraf, so Trick Room's going up. But I think it's fine. Famous last words. I mean, Torkoal's not much of a threat. We're on fire. So they're not faking out. We get the Eruption. It's a bummer that doesn't KO Sneasler just outright. Yeah, there's the Dire Claw. We'll take it. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call a bummer. However, oof, well, okay. mean, we're erupting again. Oh, we gotta burn our first turn of sleep, so that's annoying. And then the Dire Claw. Oh. Interesting. I think I disagree with that play from my opponent, but... because this will still KO the Sneasler. It won't do as much to the Frig. It does a lot of damage. So... here's what we're going to have to do. We go Rotom, we bring in Rotom here, and they do go Torkoal. Interesting. So Rotom's in a pretty good spot, no? How many turns of Trick Room we gotta burn? 3. And go here. We don't need to... Forgraph's no longer as much of a threat because... our Brave Bird's not going to be priority. I think I want this Thunderbolt down on the Torkoal, though, because it'll do decent damage. And prevents him from continuing to do this kind of nonsense for the remainder of the game. Holy mackerel. Feels like charcoal. Special defense drop. It's kind of relevant, actually. Thunderbolt coming in here. I don't think we have a play other than double protect, so I'm going to go for that. I might switch to Charcoal on the Typhlosion. The Scarf is rarely relevant. At least to the tune that... okay, I think we go here. And then we Thunderbolt? Question mark? We're in a bit of a tricky spot. Here's the Weather Ball. We would have taken this. And we don't take it, yeah. Before the -1, we would have taken that. That's annoying. Oh well. Psychic, we do survive. So, if we were not Scar... oh, Twisted... okay, well, you know what? You know what? Ladies and gentlemen... does he have a Ghost Switch in? I mean, he does, but, like... actually, Sun's up, so we go Heat Wave. Brave Bird here. I think this KO's for Rig. KO's both. Holy mackerel. The problem is, if his last Mon is King Gambit... it's Dragonite. Interesting. Okay, well, Heat Wave breaks the multi-scale. Maybe gets a burn, too. That does big damage. Oh my goodness. Okay! No Rock Slide. Dragon Claw. Wow! I cannot believe... well, hang on. It's not over. Them prioritizing the Typhlosion and being physical. Highly probable extreme speeds coming in here. Yeah, very nice. Very nice, very nice. Dang. Thought we had it, but... so that damage makes a bit more sense because it's inner focus. That wasn't multi-scale. Oh, good game. I might consider that for the video 2213. All right, I want to try charcoal variant here. Not train. I want to give an item to hold. Give an item to hold. You know what? I don't actually know if I have the charcoal. Got a lot of them. No, no charcoal. Alright, let's go grab it. One charcoal, please. Oops. Should we get some new songs going? Just thought about that. Whatever, I'm just gonna grab them all. And not fire red, leaf green. Whatever. Alright, let's give them the charcoal. Let's give you an item to hold. Show me the... I don't actually know what it's under. Power boost. There we go, charcoal. So it does open up our scarf. And I'm considering it on Rotom, but we'll reevaluate. There is also room for a new move on Talonflame, because Sunny Day I don't think we've ever clicked once, but TR loss. Okay. Interesting team from my opponent here. We see Venusaur, Sableye, Sylveon, Archaludon, Gyarados, Heracross. Huh. Mega potentials are Venusaur, Gyarados, Heracross. I'm guessing a double mega between Venu and Hera. To that end, Talonflame's pretty sick. But if we just go Charizard, Typhlosion, it's your speed. So without Scarf, we're just raw 144, which is faster than everything else on their team. Our Charizard 151, so I think those two kind of go nutty, no? Talonflame, and then it's either, I think Rotom's our best defensive pivot, so alright, get ready for some big fire type moves, buddy. I don't care that you have thick fat and probably light screen. Carl? Let's make it happen. Sableye Arch. Wow, big surprise. You know what? Actually, here's what we're going to do. Now we might have Encore. We need to get ahead of this Archaludon. You know what? Even in the rain, because they get to pick between rain or light screen here. I think they'll probably pick rain. God, I wish I knew if the Sableye had Encore or not, because I'd absolutely just protect Charizard outright there. I could have gone for the Dragon Pulse. In fact, probably should have gone for the Dragon Pulse, because now we're just going to miss Heat Wave on the Sableye. Okay. Hit the important target, though. Do some damage. It's not 0. This is also not going to be 0. Yeah. Oh, that's excellent. Problem is, here likely comes the Electro Shot into Charizard. They think they're so clever, like, they did not expect a rain dance. I recognize this was their likeliest possible play. But went for it anyway because it doesn't really get them anywhere. I mean, obviously, yes, they KO'd my Charizard, and that's a BFD. But, you know how we said we hadn't been able to click Sunny Day yet? Well, methinks that's looking pretty good here. Yeah, because how do they touch Typhlosion? I don't think they can. They'll likely go Light Screen here. Oh, they go Protect. That's fine. Light Screen. So here comes Sunny Day and another full power Eruption with Tailwind on deck next turn. I mean, how do you beat this court? Just brute force your way through it with big damage. Nice. Sableye gone. And that Arch is effectively gone too because we're faster and threaten KO, so that's something. We do still have Gale Wings intact on the bird as well, which you love to see. Gyarados, okay. Intimidate, fine. Is Tailwind relevant? Not actually, so just gonna erupt here again because it's our pin of that Archaludon. So, and I think this will still do pretty good damage. It's charcoal in the sun, very bulky Gyarados, but say hello to my little Rotom. The waterfall in the sun. We will survive. That's a crit. Okay. Well, obviously not ideal. Here's the Venusaur. Oh, we're chilling. No? Just get to do that plus Heat Wave. Yeah, you're thick fat, but like, you know, I've got a bird in the back. I'm liking how this is going. Ba-ba-ba. Gyarados protects, unsurprisingly. Heat Wave will still do a good chunk here. I don't care if you're thick fat. Nice. Sludge Bomb. It's okay. It's A-okay by me. Because in comes Talonflizzle. Is in the sun, so we are not threatened by Waterfall. Do we have like a 100% safe guaranteed? Because if the Venusaur protects, Rotom should be faster than the Gyarados. I just don't want to get in some weird sleep powder shenanigans. Okay. We also just have an Overheat too coming in. He is faster, but we'll survive because it's in the sun. Yeah. Now, unless he's the Electric Resist Berry, he's not. Wonderful. Sorry. Alright. Well done. Yeah, I think that just shows the power of just coming in firing big fire-type spread moves. I mean, they set up Rain, they set up Light Screen. Powered through, so GG's to my opponent. Very well done. Let's keep it going. I do want to put Protect on here now. Give me Protect, please. There we go. So I guess we do have to consider, are we making any modifications to this team? It's kind of performing really well. I mean, really well as the resources I have access to as a mono fire team, you know? So that is to say, let me know down in the comments if something I'm missing or something I should try. We appear to be looking at Perish Trap. We see Incineroar, Sableye, Primarina, Mousehold, Gengar, and Sinistra. This feels like about as textbook Perish Trap as you can get. What if we do a little something like this? We're blocking Fake Out. Can Rage Powder away. I mean, they do have Incineroar and Primarina, which resist eruptions. But I dig that. I think I dig it. And then is it Rotom? God, I don't love that my Rotom cannot beat Incineroar. I'm so used to being able to beat it with Rotom Wash. Rotom Wash looks disgusting here. So since we're going Scovillain, I don't think Wide Guard blocks Perish Song, so Talonflame it is. Alright. We see Sableye, Gengar. Not a... I mean... How do they beat Eruption? You know? Just go Rage Powder Eruption and go from there. I mean... Obviously they can Sludge Bomb, they can Shadow Ball, but... I mean, unless they're just open ripping Disable on turn 1. Because my Rage Powder probably goes first, because I think they're the same priority tier. And I would be faster than Sableye. We'll find out. Here comes Rage Powder. We see... Okay. So I could have Shadow Balled, is what you're telling me? Actually, I still can. Rips Perish Song. I'm a Ghost, so I can swap out. Okay. Leftover Sableye, interesting. I don't hate it, actually. Kinda dig how long he sticks around. So... Are they just double protecting, or... I mean, I want to just keep Rage Powdering. Okay. Incineroar, fine. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna get a Shadow Ball into that slot, am I not? I see what they're going for here, actually, because now they want to fake out Shadow Ball, so... Rotom, and I think just try to get a Leech Seed. I don't anticipate that we will get this Leech Seed off, because Big. Oh, I see what they're going for. Okay. So if they're faster... Dang it. Because obviously they're parting shotting. Yeah. Oh, clever. Very clever. I would like to Thunderbolt you. So they're just double protecting, right? There's no reason not to. Because Scovillain just drops. Any sense in leech seeding that slot? I don't think so, right? Because everything I've got is at full health. Okay. So I guess if we get an attack off, it's a Giga Drain here. They are playing very well. I have not played against Perish Trap. I guess seriously, I feel like really since the game has launched. But I am seeing my opponent play quite well right now. We technically got the read, right? But okay. We do have the Talonflame. I should have Shadow Balled turn 1. I mean, imagine I did that. It's game over on the spot, right? We know their whole lineup. I think I might try an attack with Rotom here, because we gotta get some damage down on this Incineroar. I'm gonna protect. Talonflame gets the protect off. Fake Out comes to the Talonflame, unsurprising. So there's the Perish. So we can kind of build out their game plan from here. So we obviously threaten the knockout onto the Gengar, so I can't imagine but also I can't afford to be wrong about it. Nice little communicating loop here. Any day now. A lot of data to communicate. Okay, there we go. So, again, we got the turn correct. Seeing the special bulk in this Incineroar might mean he's not as physically bulky. I also don't have a massive special attack stat. I can't switch out. I'm going to call the Gengar protecting. I mean, they're obviously experienced with this team, so they could get me at some point, but we get the protect there. So we get the right read here. Please be faster, Rotom. Has to be. Okay. Alright, big. That was the best outcome of that particular turn, so we have to be pleased about that at least. Problem is Gengar is turbo fast, correct? I believe Mega Gengar do be faster than Talonflame. So unfortunately I did break Gale Wings there. Yeah, 200. Let's get our Tailwind up if we can. Because if we get Tailwind up, then that's fine. I want Thunderbolt anyway. Okay. Passive turn from my opponent. We're going to try and win this thing with freaking... It's gonna be close. Brave Bird's disabled. Oh, I can only use Thunderbolt, that's right. Okay, well, Thunderbolt it is. And I guess Sunny Day it is. Boy, yeah, this team is annoying. Well, like I said, imagine I just Shadow Ball on turn 1. But we do have the Tailwind up, which, not for nothing, he can't save both the guys here, right? It's the last turn of Perish. Save Light protects. Oh, Sableye not perished, though. Just let Gengar drop, fair enough. We've seen Encore. Yeah, I mean, if I just went something like Talonflame, Talonflame Typhlosion and ripped a Shadow Ball into that Gengar, this game looks entirely different, but... Say Levy. Ended up being decently close, but... I'm gonna Rain Dance Hyper Voice here, I presume. There was actually a pretty, like, okay Perish Trap core I was running in back in Scarlet Violet. It had like Flip Turn Primarina. That's probably on this team. You had Flip Turn Primarina, Parting Shot Incineroar, and U-Turn Rillaboom. It was disgusting, but wasn't very good. Primarina, which we unfortunately have no real good way to hit. We're going to fire the Shadow Ball, see what we can do, but I don't have high hopes. Yeah. Rain Dance, Sableye. Got Rain Dance, Encore. I don't think you're running screens on this team. And you're just max bulk everywhere else because damage is not critical. You're not winning via damage. Ah. I would love to play best of 3 against them. But well done. GG's. Nice work with Perish. That can be considered as well, right? I liked that. 45-32. 32. L. Perish. So that probably gets rid of that Trick Room 1. We can get one more win. Feel pretty good about that. Alright, we see Kangaskhan, Blastoise, Talonflame, Sinistcha, Farigiraf, and King Gambit. Not fully certain. We've obviously got the Blastoise, Farigiraf, Trick Room angle. They've also got Tailwind, Kangaskhan. I've seen that Last Respect set running, or Last Resort set running around. King Gambit. Is it a Charizard Typhlosion angle? I mean, I would have to imagine they're going to be somewhat inclined to go Blastoise, no? Actually, here we go, here we go, here we go. This might be really risky. This might be really risky. But I think we can do something with it, huh? Kangaskhan. Okay. I'm just going to erupt and ally switch here. Because there's a chance they're looking to sucker punch the Typhlosion. Oh, or they just do that. Oh, fine by me. We get the eruption off. Big damage. We just double protect. Is there a way we get punished? Not really. I think Armory is just fine firing an attack here. We're slow, yeah. 95. I'm not sure I really want to help advance the board for him, though, no? I think I just want to double protect here. Is it really just fake out last resort? Everything's got Rain Dance, dude. It's unbelievable. Rips double edge there. Okay. Well, actually, Typhlosion's kind of boomed here now. I think if we can stall enough to the point where we can get one more eruption off in the end game, might be in pretty good shape. Psychic Fangs. They double this slot now. Okay. Oh. Eh, doesn't really change much, I guess. There's the Blastoise. Oh, you know what? Do we just rip it here? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see if we can't. There's no way they're gonna waste a turn faking out. We only got 2 turns of Trick Room left. Come on. Go for the Water Spout. Do it. Okay. Come on. You bet. Let's go. Fantastic. Big Thunderbolt down here. Nice. Yep. 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 That could be the tricky bit of Wide Guard, I suppose. Excellent. Well, like I said, when you're running Mono Fire, you're at a disadvantage. You gotta find some spots that you might be able to cheese some wins otherwise. And it's not cheese. Wide Guard's a move that is perfectly fine to use. So, excellent. Well, I think go ahead and wrap that up. We got the final. What is this? At 51. 51 win v TR. Boom, boom. I like that. Get 4 videos in there. 4 battles. Alright, excellent. Well, yeah, I think that's going to do it for me, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in. go ahead and leave a like down below. If you haven't checked out the video on the main channel, go check that out, like it, subscribe as well. Really helps out a ton, not that you don't know that. And yeah, we'll be back, do one more iteration of this fire team. Spoiler alert, I think Charizard might be getting the axe. Yeah, give it one more run, see what we can't make happen. Have a good one, y'all. Cheers.